Okay, I've done a few things here. I've added a snotter and a halyard to it. I've got lines I'm going to use for them. The boom hitch here on the mast, that should be good in all directions, with a little ring here as a fair lead. Being it's so small, this should be just fine for now to actually use. I need to make points to actually cleat them off and hold them up. So that's my next task before I bend the sail on. So some jam cleats here. I'm going to attach one here on the starboard side and one on the port side. Port should be for the halyard, the starboard should be for the snotter. So I'll get those drilled out and mounted, and I'll show you what that looks like before I actually hoist the sail and see what that looks like as well, and start lacing the sail to the mast. Okay, I'm ready to put the sail on for the first time. Here's the sail here. There's that spar, that sprit. It's just a closet rod I got from Lowe's. Up here at the peak, I have just a boom hitch here. I'm going to tie that to the sail with a bowline, so that's what's going to pull that peak taut. So that's one point of contact. Everything else is on the boat here. So first attack, I was going to do a downhaul, but I didn't have enough room on the mast. So what I've done, I just have a little line here connected to this stop at the base of the mast, and that's just going to tie to the tack. I'm going to pull against that. All right, over here on the port side, I have that halyard. There's a line running through that fairly there, so I'll tie that with a bowline to the head, and that's going to pull that up. I can tension that on this cleat down here that I've installed. On the starboard side, I have the snotter, which is done just like the halyard, a boom hitch, and then a fair lead. And this is going to tension the sprit. Temporarily, I have this random piece of line I'm going to attach to the clue, probably with a stopper knot through the back of the boat, just to hold it up for now until I get all that situated back there. All right, so here it is, laced on, tied up there. I changed the knot up top to a couple gaff topsail hitches just to hold the ring closer to the mast. So tie this ring into a boom hitch, so I can tie that a bit closer, so I have some tension available there. So there's the overall look of the sail. It's very, very light breeze right now. So I really am not sure what the performance is of it. I mean, I don't really like it. It looks like it's a bit too loose, but I think I should just throw it in the water and see how it performs before I decide to do anything else with it. The way it's set up, it's almost close hauled. The wind's coming from right about there. I can, when the breeze picks up, take this clue and pull it to that side, and I can feel more power come on. So I need to do something with the Traveler so I have some movement there. Right now it's just temporary, but there's the basic Traveler look, back and forth. My idea is I'm going to do a little bit of a loop on both sides so I can run this main sheet through the loop and pull it across the boat if need be. I have this just kind of tied off right now, but it runs back through the bowline here. Just as I found, if I don't do that and I pull it tight, this ring isn't allowed to move freely. So here I can actually pull that and the ring will move where it naturally wants to sit. So I may have to do 2 rings in that just so it moves freely through it. But we'll see. That's the next thing I'm going to try and play with, is figuring out a sheeting system back here. I was going to do a jam cleat, but I don't know if that's going to be the best solution for this rig. Well, I said jam cleat, I meant cam cleat. There's a couple options available. Checked in West Marine for them. They're like $200 at West Marine, and I don't want to spend that much money. But I do have a scrap boat I bought a little while ago. It was not worth fixing, and I have the part I need on it that I could use to make that work. I can show you what that looks like now. This is that cam cleat I was talking about. As it works is that the line passes through these jaws. They're a bit stiff. The line can go through, and as it pulls back, the jaws lock in place, which is great for just cleating it and leaving it. But you can see the design is into the transom here. I have to make that work. And I'm not sure if I have that much space or room to do it, or if I would want to mount this somewhere in the transom. But this is an option that I can do later on if I like. I may just leave it off for now and keep the sheet in my hand. It shouldn't be that powerful, and I can just do a quick overhand just to hold the sheet in place if I wanted to. This boat is also where I got some of the cleats on the mast from. Tried to unbolt them, as you can see, they rip right out of the deck, so it was not hard to pull those cleats out on the mast and get them reset. Alright, Traveler is made. I've back spliced the ends of the lines on both sides, so I have 2 loops here I can do things with, maybe adjust the sail, and this ring can travel freely from one side all the way to the other, depending on what point of sail. So hopefully I can tie a sheet off and then go through this loop and pull this ring to the other side, or when I'm going upwind. That's the idea, but we'll see how that works. Okay, here's that sheet design. I have a ring on this Traveler and a ring on the bowline on the Clue. So as I pull this, it pulls this ring closer, and the force kind of equalizes between them, and the ring sits in a nice spot. It doesn't actually move at all. And if I wanted to move this sail to the upwind side, so I have to get upwind, I simply pull this around here and just pull this through to clear it so you can see it better. As I pull this, it pulls the ring to the upwind side. And that's my idea for actually traveling upwind with this rig. As far as keeping it here, all I would do is just do a simple half hitch, and that should be sufficient to hold that sheet in place, being that there's a 2-to-1 with this ring set up here. I want to move it, I just pull the tail and it's out in order to adjust. I believe that will probably work, but testing will determine that. I added one more line, it's a further line, this one here. It's tied on the ring with a halyard is. You can back the sail through this grommet and back through the fairlead and down. How this works is I ease the starboard wheel off and furl the sail right up and go away. So, ease the starboard. Now that it's furled and the clue is untied, the tack is untied from the boat, I can put the whole thing away. And then I can So with that, the rigging is done. The sail should be done. Next is the fraggle board and the rudder. Those are the two items I need to make next. That should go sailing. So hopefully the fraggle board will be next. The last thing is figure out the geometry of the rudder and the tiller, and it should be good to go.